Anytime, any place, anywhere. A guitar that's got magnetic pickups so you can plug in and rock as normal. A guitar that you can plug straight into a PA because it's got its onboard amp modelling and effects. Then it's got a speaker so you can take your onboard amp modelling and effects and play it without plugging into an amplifier or a PA, and you can take it anywhere you want to go. Inside, outside, it doesn't matter. Not only that, it's made from space-age materials, it's got an ergonomic neck design, flawless fretting. Can it really do all of that and be at that price point? You know what? I'm skeptical, but let's find out. Well, that was a saga from the start. UPS just delivered this to completely the wrong house, and I've been trooping around my estate looking for it, and I finally found it. However, thanks UPS, look, box is smashed to pieces, taped up. Let's get it open. That case looks good. Let's see if the guitar's survived. It's well wrapped and well packaged. Big reveal. How's that? Is it in tune? From China? No. 2 seconds. I've got 4 questions. Firstly, what exactly is this thing? How well is it built? Because at this price point, it's going to be a struggle to make something good, but we will see. Who is it for and who is it going to benefit? And what exactly are those benefits and what does it do? However, I will say this. There are some features in this guitar that really, really excite me. And I think it's about time somebody did that. And then there are features that I look at and think, might not be useful for me, but I can definitely see how other people might use it. I've said this thing does a lot, but let's run you through the features and the basics of it. So, starting with it as a regular guitar, let's start at this end. We've got some nice little closed back tuners that seem to work pretty well. Then we've got a 0 fret and a nut that's an integral nut. It's part of the body, it's not screwed on. Then the most exciting feature for me, it's got a carbon fibre, one piece body and neck. This whole thing, and this is the most exciting feature for me, and it's about bloody time somebody moved on from screwing 2 bits of wood together. It's one piece of carbon fibre all the way, and that gives you advantages like you can make a heel contour like that. That is something else. And on a Les Paul style guitar, to be able to play there comfortably is something Gibson can only dream of. So that's really impressive. The frets themselves, these are what I believe are pre-cut, pre-made frets that are then installed on the guitar. Can you get a look at that and see properly? So those fret ends are rounded over perfectly. They're left ever so slightly short of the edge of the neck, so you don't feel the frets as you run your hands up and down the neck. You're not going to get fret sprout, and because it's carbon fibre, a composite material, it's not going to shrink, expand, contract, or do any of the things that a wooden guitar will do. So this neck is mega stable. You know, high-end companies put carbon fibre in the necks to make them more stable. This whole thing's carbon fibre. And if you do want to create some relief in it, it's got a truss rod that adjusts from this end, and you get a handy little tool to do that with. The neck is what they call an asymmetrical profile, which means it's a different shape here to what it is here. So using this carpenter's tool, I've taken a profile from the neck so you can see exactly what's happening. Here is the profile at the 1st fret, and here's the profile at the 12th fret. Can you see how the apex of the thickest bit of the neck is above the centre at the 1st fret? Yet by the time you get to the 12th fret, it's actually below the centre. That means the thickest part of the neck is running in a diagonal line from here to here. Sighting down the neck, you can see how clean the fretwork is, and that carbon fibre neck keeps it absolutely straight. Just as a little aside, and because I'm fascinated with the carbon fibre thing, I thought I'd play it to you without plugging it in so you can hear how resonant and how well the thing rings. Listen to this. Just a mic on the guitar, not plugged in, no speaker, nothing. Just a guitar acoustically. That rings for a long time. If you're playing single notes, that works great as well. So it plays well, it rings, it's very, very resonant, and it's not wood. You get two humbuckers, you've got an Alnico 5 in the bridge and an Alnico 2 in the neck. The pickup rings are not those square things that screw down. Look there, you can't see any screws around the pickup rings because the pickups are held in on magnetic rings. How cool is that? Then here's another thing that I think is really a good idea. And I was skeptical about this guitar, but let's see. Can you see the adjustment screws? Well, they're not screws, they're Allen keys. So you haven't got one of those screwdrivers that, you know, proper screwdriver that wears the things away and you end up with the tiny screws and you always have a screwdriver that doesn't quite fit and you maul them and make a right old mess of them. Allen keys, much better. The tailpiece it's a fairly generic tunematic. And then we've got string through body. At the back there, we've got a little rubber cover to cover where the strings go through. A jack out, a headphone out, and a USB charger port for all the fancy bits. Two controls. They're both volume controls. That's a volume control that does a series parallel on the neck pickup if you push and pull it. This one does all sorts of things. This has got the fancy electronics in it, but we'll come to that in a minute. You've got a three-way switch there, which actually feels solid as hell. Really solid. And then you've got the special features. Now the special features are, if you look here, that's a speaker. Now this is where my cynicism kicks in. It's got a speaker, a guitar with a speaker. It's been done before and it's always turned out to be an absolute disaster. But it's 2025. In 2025, things have moved on. We've got digital electronics, we've got amp modelling, and we've got mobile phones. And on mobile phones, we can have little apps that can control by Bluetooth other devices, such as guitars with built-in amp modelers. And the built-in amp modeler on this little button gives you 4 sounds that you can choose to come out of the speaker or out of the jack. Now the jack lets you have either magnetic pickups or the onboard sounds. Pretty cool. The advantage to having the onboard sounds come straight out of the jack as opposed to just the unprocessed pickup sound is that you can go straight into a PA, so you can turn up at a jam night somewhere, you can plug straight in, you've got your lead sounds, you've got your crunchy sounds, and you've got your clean sounds at the touch of a button on the guitar with no extra messing about and no extra gear to take. If you want to practice on your own, you can have those sounds coming out of the speaker. If you want to do a rehearsal at somebody's house, we call it up north a housey rehearsal. Not that I've ever rehearsed. Then you can take this and you can play with guitar sounds at a reasonable volume that you can sing over acoustically. So it has got its advantages and it's got an app to control it. So let's have a look at the app and see what sounds you can get. When you open the app, it looks like this. And if you look along the top row, you've got clean, overdrive, distortion, and high gain. Within those, you've got 4 presets you can choose from, and you pick one that gets loaded into the guitar. You get 2 amps. You've got a clean amp and a distorted amp. It says deluxe clean and 100 dist, so I'm guessing it's a Fender and a Marshall. Along the bottom, you get your effects. You can dial in your sounds with the regular amp controls. Then you've got an EQ, a chorus, a noise reduction, a delay, and a reverb. And you turn them on and off by swiping up and down on them. If you tap on them, you can go into each one and you can edit the parameters like you normally would. You've then got a mixer, which gives you lots of volumes for all the different things you can do. You've got a line out, a monitor volume, a speaker volume, your Bluetooth, all those things. And the Bluetooth thing is handy because you can actually bring in other tracks to jam to, play it through the speaker with the onboard guitar sounds and practice that way. And in the last screen, as well as a factory reset, in case you do completely knack things up, you've got a firmware update. You can update the firmware of your guitar. You can't do that on a Telecaster, can you? And then you've got a shutdown if you want that'll turn it off after a period of inactivity to save your battery. So if it's got its own speaker, that means you can use it pretty much anywhere. How about here? On a sofa? Outside? In the garden? In a traffic jam? Down the pub? Just for the record, I did completely fake the driving bit, okay? Now, it's got a speaker, so let's do a deep dive into the speaker. Then we'll have a listen to what it sounds like plugged in with all the onboard effects. And as a final sound test, I'll plug it into my computer, we'll run it through ToneX, put some great sounds on it, so we'll listen to the magnetic pickups through amp sounds, so you'll know what it's going to sound like if you're recording it or if you're playing it live. I've got a big hairy microphone. I'm putting it just next to the speaker. This is the neck pickup clean, and this is exactly how it comes when you first turn it on, factory reset. Okay, it sounds like this. Not bad. Let's try splitting that neck pickup. Okay, middle position with the split. And bridge position, middle position without the split. And bridge position. Yeah, not bad. So there's quite a few tones there on its own on the first position. The next thing I'm going to do is press the little button again, and it goes from green, and you see that? Green to blue. Okay, there's two blue ones. The first one is a crunchy sound, the next one is a bit more gainy. So let's start with the crunchiest one. It sounds like this on the neck pickup. Bridge pickup. So that's your AC/DC territory, isn't it? I'm going to play something similar, but not quite the same, so don't get me video taken down. Yeah, that's not bad. Hit the button again. And we go to a different blue, that lighter blue. This is your hair metal kind of crunch sound. This is the bridge pickup. Yeah, quite meaty. Neck. And let's try hitting that again. And we've got the purple. This is the overdrive sound. This is going to be the big one. Oh, listen to the delay. Oh, yeah. On the neck. plug it in and see what the plugged in sounds are like. So with a jack plug there, we're going to listen to the onboard effects from the guitar. Let's start again with the neck pickup. Let's split that pickup. And middle position with the split. Bridge position. Okay, let's try the second sound, which is the crunchy, slightly overdriven thing. We'll stay on the bridge there. That's not bad. It's sort of just breaking up, kind of Malcolm Young kind of thing. That's that one. Let's try it on the neck humbucker. This is interesting. You get a sort of bluesy sound, don't you? Let's try bridge humbucker. We'll hit that again, so we'll go to the lighter blues sound. This is the rock. Oh yeah. Yeah. Not bad at all. Neck. And now the purple one. This is full on going for it distortion. Hear the delay? Neck. Let's move on to the magnetic sounds. Straight out of the jack into my computer, I'm running Tone X to get me a clean Fendery sound, and I get something like this on the neck. Then if I split that, you can see it's a little bit cleaner, a little bit thinner, as you'd expect. Split with the bridge humbucker. Oh, I like that. That's good for the... that kind of funkiness. Let's just try the bridge humbucker clean. If you want to do the kind of things, then that's all there. This is a plexi on the bridge pickup. Neck pickup, same thing. Cool. This is a Boogie 2C Plus bridge humbucker. On the neck. And a triple rectifier. try and answer the question, who is this thing good for? Because I think we've established that it's good at what it does and it plays well. And the carbon fibre thing blows me away. Enya, please make a pro-level guitar from carbon fibre. It's about time the world moved on from guitars made from stuff you find in the woods. Because that's what we're doing really, isn't it? Anyway, that rant aside, who's it for? Well, for me, who plays a lot, I can use that guitar at home. It's a great little practice guitar, actually. And it's a really convenient one because I don't have to be here to play with it. I can go downstairs. I can go to a different room. I can go outside if I want to. I can go somewhere else. If you are a kind of player that likes to do rehearsals in somebody's house, housey rehearsals we call them up north, then you can take that guitar with you and you've got an electric sound at an acoustic volume to actually do your jamming with the band kind of thing. And, you know, if a few of you got them, then you've got a good little sound for your housey rehearsal. The other thing you can do, think about if you're going to a buskers night. You go to a buskers night, all of these effects actually work coming out of the jack. So you can use them there, and you can then have an electric sound straight into a mixing desk at a buskers night, and you can, or a jam night, whatever you call them where you live, and you can play with that. That is, I think, quite an advantage. Or you can have your clean sounds, a bit reverb, a bit chorus, that kind of thing. So it's useful for that. As a teaching and learning guitar for guitar lessons, I think it's going to work great. No amps, no messing about. You walk in and there you go, you're good. How about gigging it? Would you gig it? Right, I'm just in from a gig. It's like 12:30, it's really late. But I took the Enya with me just to get a couple of shots of it in a bar. I was going to use the speaker thing and do the, you know, you can play it anyway, but here and there, and you can even play it in the corner of the pub. So I did, and I thought, you know what, let's give it a blast at sound check. So I did, and I thought, yeah, that's all right. Put it down, started the gig, 4 or 5 songs in, I snapped a string on my main guitar. I just picked the Enya up and I cracked on with it. And to answer the question, can you gig it? Is it up to it? Is it good enough? Yeah, it was really good. It played really smooth. It sounded good. I'm a bit speechless, to be honest, that a guitar in that price point played so well, you know, in the heat of battle. The fretwork's great on it. It was in tune. It stayed in tune. It was really stable. It delivered. I'm a little bit blown away, to be honest. From a guitar I got when I first got it, I thought, you know what, this is a bloody plastic toy, and I've just done half of a gig with it. Yeah, speechless. That was really good. Really impressed with it. Enya, will you please make a guitar that is designed as a full-on carbon fibre proper gig guitar? Because if you can do a budget jobby like that, you can make something really quite special for the pro end of the market. And on that note, I'm going to bed. So this thing can get you from your first, there you go, there's a guitar, learn to play guitar, going to your first lesson, practicing at home. You can plug your phone in to play along to things. You've got a headphone jack there so you can do that and not annoy people. You can learn on the thing. It behaves like a real guitar. It's got an output like a proper guitar. I keep saying proper guitar. I probably shouldn't. It's got a jack output like every other guitar has, and 2 humbuckers and a switch to switch between them. And it works great. So yes, you could go from being a complete beginner to gigging with this guitar. You could. And it's carbon fibre. It's carbon fibre. To me, that's the absolute best thing I've seen in a guitar. It's the first carbon fibre guitar I've had in my hands, and you know what? Don't be sceptical. From the Parker Fly and the early Steinbergers, I think they proved the point. Enya, please keep making guitars from carbon fibre. Now here's the thing, if you like this guitar, there is a link below, and if you've watched my video and liked it, then please follow that link and use my code to buy the guitar, because I get a little bit of a fee for that. Okay, that really would be appreciated. Otherwise, make sure you like and subscribe. Watch the channel. There'll be more guitar content. There's all sorts of things. And I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Cheers.